Grown black folks talk, grown conversation. Black men, black women arguing about money, but we're all out of time. I've now done this video, this is the second time, because I want to present you this information in a way that encourages you to take successful moves and doesn't scare the living daylights out of you. The financial smack in the United States is officially hitting the fan. Yeah. Well, let me go this way, because this is how these conversations go on because black men and black women are having this conflict. I was checking out something online that's been going on with a very prominent black alleged scammer. A black woman has a black man scammer, allegedly. However, there is a civil judgment against him. A black woman sued him and won. She then has taken her money and turned around and took 40 other people that have similar cases and is going to cover their legal fees. She got it like that. And she has it to a level that's bigger than what he lost because legal fees for 40 people are expensive. However, there's one person who we know was wronged by this individual. He also won a civil case, but the court just didn't care to get him paid his money. And one black male content creator is up here fussing because he thinks, well, if you don't have money and you don't get justice in this world, she getting more attention and all these other people are paying attention to her story because she has money. But I'm kind of just listening to the conversation and how he's sitting up talking about the only reason that she even sued that black man is because she couldn't sleep with him, blah, blah, blah. I mean, just making stuff up. But then I'm looking at this woman on this video in this house that she has. Big old grandfather clock back there, big beautiful Christmas tree, plenty good room, and then realizing, oop, something's going on with my camera. Excuse me, y'all. Just realizing this is just sour grapes because he and Brother Man don't have the resources combined to be able to do anything about this situation. Because you see, if you have it, you don't complain about it. You just go help the brother out. You don't have to be online fussing and complaining and making up stories, allegedly because we don't know one way or the other. And I'm like, brother, man, she just sued one that has a bit much bigger cachet than you. You do know she could go ahead and come up with you out of defamation because of what you just did. And I'm not mentioning any names because I'm not recommending that that happen because we don't have time. See, Sister Girl can afford to foot 20 people's legal bills, meaning that when the smack hits the fan and it's hitting the fan right now, she's not going to be bothered. Brother Man and Brother Man 2 are so upset about what they can't get done. Well, they're not going to be able to get it done even more. And a lot of you aren't either. So I'm going to give you this warning because uh, we about to be in a bit of a situation. One of the big three banks allegedly has made a bad bet, and that bet may be up to the size of the financial crisis. So let me break this down. When did I find out that was a major problem? Some months ago. Now, I'm not the richest person in the world. Even though I am the author of Season the Crypto Bull Run for Financial Freedom, I started investing in 2020, meaning that I didn't have high amounts to invest. I know how to do it. I know how to make the best of it. Sometimes not having a lot of money means you learn more because you have to make the best of it. And that's what I'm saying to all of you. This is the time in which you need to learn how to make the best of what you have and stop worrying about pocket watching everybody else. And you need to get the pocket watchers away from you. I was at my bank and I observed. Rarely do I ever cash a check. But when it does happen, I'm not carrying four figure, five figure, six figure. That's not the world I live in. This is 3 to 4 months ago. I went to cash a check and couldn't do it because one of the big three banks has changed its policy. You can't just cash a check straight out. It's not that you just have an account. You have to have the money in the account and they will do a deposit. They will give you the amount of the money and they will deposit your check so that the next day that account is right back where it started from. So they're holding the balances in cases like this. So I went downtown. I live in San Francisco. I went downtown San Francisco, decided to go down there and ask some questions. Yeah, this is for your protection and ours. I'm like, okay, I don't need your protection. Thank you, big three. What's really going on? Okay, so here's what's really going on. This is one of the big three banks, and they're trying to hold up their balances. My black male author friend, he and I talked about this last week. He got some information. He said, at this moment, the Federal Reserve is allowing the banks to have 10 times as much money on hand as they normally would. And he said it has to do with the fact that one of the big three banks appears to have made a bet against silver. I'm like, oh no. Immediately, I knew they were in trouble because silver has been on an absolute tear. One of the big three allegedly is on the wrong side of a massive bet against silver. In inflation, when people are running into gold and silver, how far up and if out of control is the run on gold and silver? I had to go talk to my German associates about this. Yeah, I have an international cachet about these things. Not a flex, just means I can gather information from outside the United States in a different language. They're like, well, yeah, we probably see that from here because derivatives on silver up 300 to 1 and gold is up 100 to 1. I'm like, he said, and also your Chicago Mercantile Exchange shut down buying of gold futures so that and the price of gold went down 14%. It was a clear manipulation move, but we didn't know why it was. I'm like, they're trying to cool off the price of both of those. Because if Big Bank is on the wrong side of a bet, we now know that the size of that bet that could be overinflated is the size of the financial crisis. Folks were out here making bet on mortgages that were up 320 some odd to 1. Silver derivatives, 300 to 1. And they are on the wrong side of this. Now, if silver were to crash and go back below where they think it will, okay, they could win. But that's going to wipe out everybody in the market that's in silver. But they may not be able to wait that long, meaning the silver will be fine for a while, the bank will break, and then silver will crash eventually. Because all the people that are betting on silver are overextended too. So it's like six in one, half a dozen of the other. The other banks in the Federal Reserve think this is going to go bad, quick, fast, and in a hurry. So while black men and black women are mad at each other about how they're spending money that they have, and black men can't get justice, and this content creator, I mean, he was just upset because this brother man can't get any justice. But he did say one of them just has more skills. Well, more skills get you more access. But the fact is, if you have a big three bank like that, my German associate was like, yeah, that actually is the case. If that bank is bet against silver and silver's up 300 to 1 and they can't hold on, that's not going to just affect you in the United States. That's going to take down we're going to see that's going to cause trouble for us in Germany. The bank is that big. And also, we got to wait and see how it's going to affect the crypto market. Because, like, okay, if gold and silver kind of disappear, okay, are people going to run into crypto? Probably not. No. But if that happens, you could. This is a 2008 financial crisis type of problem. It's that big, y'all. Y'all, I've been telling y'all to get your life together. Beyonce is a billionaire, but we got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. Government shutdown. I'm looking over at my calendar. The Republicans and the Democrats only have an agreement to keep the government working to the 31st. Some people are not caught up from the foolery in November. We got to get ready to do it again. Now imagine wandering into your bank and you have a check to pay some bills, but to some people you need to pay off in cash, and you can't access the value of that check until it clears. And if the banks are having difficulty, there's no telling when that'll be. Listen, I don't use this background often. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but I do need you to understand we're out of time for the petty bickering. We're out of time. If you are like Brother Man 1 and Brother Man 2, Brother Man 1, I don't know what his situation is. I hope he's doing well. I'm not, I don't know anything, but I know Brother Man number 2 that Brother Man 1 is going hard for, the content creator is going hard for. He's been in a bad situation for a while. And if the allegation, he did win his civil case, that was a bad situation. But you listen back to what this man has said about his own situation, and you just like, Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And I'm sure that if you were to go online and look, if you were going to waste your time, you could find a situation where black women are pocket watching black men. I mean, this tends to happen. You know, I've had commenters come up here talking about, you know, well, not that particular comment, but I've seen comments about, black men feel like black women are trying to sexually police them and punish them when they get with other races of women. We do not have time because let me tell you, I explained about the caste business. Every other caste is better prepared than we are. So all this arguing back and forth, we're out of time. I'm gonna need y'all to make sure that you're ready for the next shutdown. I'm gonna need y'all to maybe, if you have it, start putting, every time you go to the store, buy some peanut butter and crackers. You can eat that for a long time. It's almost a complete package in terms of what you need to eat in order to just keep going. If you can't afford anything extra, go do that. I'm gonna need those of all who think you're doing a little better in the middle class. I'm gonna need you to skip a cup of coffee that you make outside the house. I'm gonna need you to do that if you're gonna be ready. I'm gonna need you to not take for granted, even if you have money in the bank, you're gonna always be able to go get it. That you're gonna need to. You might also start looking up some credit unions and things like that, and maybe move some things around. You got the month. Today's the 5th, first business day, first week after the holiday. You got some time to take care of some business. May I suggest you do that? We are out of time for the foolery. We've actually probably been out of time for a long time. We've been out of time since before the election. You probably could have guessed that, the 92% black women did the best they could, but the country did not want to see a woman of a biracial black woman as president. So people have chosen. It is so sad to see the takeover in Venezuela and Republicans talking about this isn't what we voted for. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. But there are forces larger than Mr. Trump, even. Again, that big bank is on the wrong side of a bet that's levered up to 300 to 1. Meaning it is possible that for every $1 billion they invested, they're now down 300 billion, 300 to 1. They could be that much in the hole. Now, derivatives are complicated, and why I'm not mentioning the name of this bank is that I'm not exactly sure that that's how the calculation works. I don't have enough information yet. But I do know from the behavior of my big three bank that there's trouble, big trouble. And from if the Federal Reserve is actually releasing 10 times many reserves because they to the banks because they think something terrible is about to happen, we're in trouble. So this is bigger than Mr. Trump now. Stop arguing with people. If people pocket watch you, make a note, get rid of them. Seriously. You see people like this, take them up in January and get some distance. You don't necessarily have to let them know you're doing it. Just get some distance. Get some things going on that they don't know about. If you can't get distance, get some things happening they don't know about. Zip your lip till you're done. Tell no one. Get some things done. Do not say. Government shutdown, probably February 1st. You got one, two. Yeah, February 1st is 4 weeks, 3 weeks and 6 days away. That's what you got. Make the best of it. Spend less time worried about what everybody else is doing. As the General Ulysses S. Grant won the Civil War by saying, stop worrying about what so and so is doing. It was Robert E. Lee in that case. Let's focus on what we're doing. It's important. Get your life together. We are out of time. The smack is hitting the fan right now. Get your life together. For real. I know this is not the video you want to see on a Monday, but you're gonna be glad to see it today instead of Monday, February 2nd. I'll tell you that for free. Have a good day anyway. Want to give you as much lead time as I could. Goodbye.